I literally begged Amazon to give me my store back, and it worked. Now, if you've ever been banned from something like maybe from your local bar or maybe Tinder, worst case scenario, if you ever had your Amazon account banned, you're probably thinking, holy crap, there goes my entire income and potentially your entire livelihood. So lucky for you, I've been selling on Amazon for almost a decade. I have dealt with so many different reasons for Amazon suspending accounts. It was extremely hard to get the store back, but what I've learned is some tricks and tips to help get your store back, and then also the things that you're probably doing wrong if you've ever had your store suspended. So make sure to stick to the end of the video as I'm gonna help break it down for you, and make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. Getting an Amazon store suspended, it's not the end of the world. Not getting the store back, that's gonna be the worst thing that can happen to you. So whatever you're doing selling on Amazon, or if you've got your store suspended, and whatever you're doing, you're most likely doing it wrong, especially if you're watching this video and you've been suspended, or you're worried about being suspended in the future. What you're doing wrong most likely is just giving Amazon what they're asking for. And it's really weird because you figure if I just give Amazon what they ask for, like maybe invoices for products, like if you get suspended for inauthentic complaints, the products are not fake. Unless you're selling fake stuff, you're gonna have a hard time getting the store back. But a lot of the times, customers will complain about authenticity, and if too many of those policy violations stack up, Amazon can deactivate your store. If you have too many IP complaints where the brand owners are filing complaints against you reselling their products without their direct authorization, those can lead to temporary suspensions as well. And if you're trying to do the appeal yourself, Amazon normally wants a very, very well-written appeal. Normally they want you to hire an external service because Amazon wants you to jump through hoops. They want you to spend money on it. Unless you're vetted and experienced legal expert, it's going to be very hard for you to get your store back. So another few things you might be doing wrong is if Amazon's asking for invoices and then an appeal letter with those invoices, and if they're still denying that, now it just got a lot more complex. Amazon can get extremely annoying and make it very difficult for sellers to get their store back. And these are some of the things that people are doing wrong, and what you're most likely doing wrong is trying to do the appeal yourself. Amazon wants it to be very concise. It's really, really hard to actually get a perfectly fine balance of the most information possible for Amazon, but constricted and shortened to be the most concise. So it's like, okay, I have about 7 pages of information that I need to give Amazon, and I need to somehow put it into 1 page or 2 pages. Amazon does not make it easy. So this is where you come across the right ways of doing it and how you should be going about it. Number 1 is hiring an external service. It actually depends on the scenario and what the reason is for you getting your store suspended. So if you got your store suspended for inauthentic complaints and you're doing Amazon FBA, you can use the Appeal Guru. I am not affiliated with them directly. I don't get any commission if you ever use them, and they're only $600 USD, and he has a very, very high success rate of getting stores back for relatively simple scenarios. Like if you're doing fulfillment by merchant or drop shipping and you're doing it within policy and you get your store suspended for too many returns, order defect rate, those are normally ones that he can get back, and he's been doing it a very long time, and he's very cheap because $600 is very cheap, especially when we look at the next person, which is Unban Consulting. Again, not affiliated with them whatsoever. I get $0 if anyone ever uses them, thanks to me sharing it. But Unban charges upwards of $2,500 if the Appeal Guru couldn't get it back, or if you think the severity or the issue or the reason why your store got suspended, like IP complaints, you're gonna want to go to someone who has more experience in a larger infrastructure. So the Appeal Guru, he's like one guy. I think maybe he has 1 or 2 other experts on his panel that help do appeals. But Unban has like dozens of people that help with appeals, and they're all legal experts in the field, and they all have tailored knowledge related to selling on Amazon and getting Amazon stores back. If you just research and learn a little bit about how to do these appeals yourself, you definitely can. You just need to do one of a few things, and I'm gonna give you them right now. So some of the things that people ask me, hey, what do I include in my appeal to make Amazon actually read it or answer it or give me my store back? One is going to be making sure you're short and sweet, but to the point. So if you have inauthentic complaints or IP complaints, you need to address those policy violations, maybe go into your Amazon store and appeal them separately from the appeal to the store. And once you've done that, take that information, condense it, make it short and sweet, and send that to Amazon as your appeal. Say, we've already appealed the inauthentic complaints, we've uploaded the invoices, and then just make it very short and sweet and to the point. If it's inauthentic complaints, you want to make sure you also include the fact that you have gone through Amazon policies, the inauthentic policies. So if you go to Google and literally search, you find that specific policy, get the policy name, the number, what like section it is in the Amazon policies, 12.1, whatever it is, take that and include that in your appeal and let them know that you've been through that policy and you're educated on that policy and you're confident moving forward that you won't have the issue again. Because if you just say, hey, they're not authentic, or here's our appeal, but you're not giving any data as to like how you're gonna circumvent it or avoid doing it again in the future, that's gonna be one of the main things you need to do and include in your appeal. Now, another thing for inauthentic complaint deactivations is you wanna make sure to include an additional factor into how you're doing your product research and sourcing from suppliers. There's nothing wrong with giving your suppliers to Amazon, hey, I use this supplier, because if it's a good supplier, you're gonna have a higher likelihood of getting the store back if you're giving Amazon more information. And again, keeping it short and sweet. This is the number one thing you have to remember. You don't wanna do like a paragraph and have it be like 5 pages long. You wanna have bulleted lists. You wanna have maybe 1 to 2 sentences max per point. So if you say, hey, here's the invoices have been uploaded, they have been attached with the appeal. Next line. Here are the things that we've done to circumvent this in the future, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. Checking with our suppliers and vetting them and making sure that all the products they sell are authentic. Maybe cross-referencing them with the Amazon database, and even contacting Amazon if need be to make sure the suppliers we're using are verified. So that's one of the things Amazon really likes to see, whether it's for IP complaint violations that you're appealing or inauthentic. Amazon wants to know that you're taking it very seriously and that you're going to basically step up your process and the suppliers that you're working with. Amazon won't always blame you, they'll suspend you, but then they're gonna basically blame the suppliers you're using. And this is why it's so hard to get Amazon stores back, but like I said, you can get them back for sure, you just have to stick with it. And this is where it gets annoying, and this is where you just immediately need to use an appeal team. They're gonna be able to navigate with wordplay and figure out what it is that Amazon actually wants, because Amazon normally replies with a robot to get these stores back with a 100% success rate no matter what. So step 1 is using the tips that I've given you in this video to make your appeals short and sweet. Make sure you cite Amazon policies literally directly into your appeal, because Amazon will know, oh, they've actually gone and done their research. And then if you have a little short bulleted list of how you're going to circumvent or avoid this from happening in the near future, maybe by hiring new staff members to go over your inventory, and then for your research process or vetting new suppliers, and your focus on making sure you're not avoiding Amazon's stupid policies. This is what you need to do in your appeals. Now, if this does not work, like I said, step 1, Appeal Guru, he's $600. Step 2, Riverbend, they're super expensive. And again, they don't have a 100% success rate, but they have a very high success rate. And they're a last case scenario, but I do have someone that I work with, and I did not mention them in this video because I only give them to my done for you clients. He is an ultimate last resort. If Appeal Guru doesn't work, if your appeals don't work, if you're thinking about hiring someone like Riverbend for $2,500 or some of these other guys that charge outrageous amounts, I have someone that charges a little bit less than $2,000, and they actually are able to ping the Amazon seller performance team directly, basically jump over the automated robot responses and get a human to truly review your appeal. So if you wanted to be able to utilize that as a worst case scenario, you can't do it yourself, you don't want to use one of these other people or whatever the case may be. If you're my client, he's one of the first guys we use if I can't do the appeal myself for free for existing clients. There is never a store he has not been able to get back. If someone's really, really good at appeals, they'll have a refund policy, or you don't pay them until the job's complete. If you want to learn more about being a client of mine or a student of mine, or talk about the Done For You service where we build the entire business for you, you can send me a message, you can message me on IG, or you can drop a comment below, or go to the supremecommercetraining.com website and send us an email. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.